and welcome along to another episode of Robin and Jane in the Stalls. And this week we've been to the Grand Opera House here in Belfast to see the stage version of a movie that a lot of people say is one of their favourite movies of all time. We're talking about the Shawshank Redemption. It's now on stage, and the first thing that strikes you when you go to see the show, what a fabulous cast they've assembled for this. You've got Joe McFadden, who people will know from TV series like Heartbeats and Holby City.
Yes.
You've got Ben Onwukwe, who I remember from London's Burning back in the day. He was one of the firemen in that. And then, of course, you've got Bill Ward, who to me will always be the builder Charlie Stubbs in Coronation Street that was murdered by Tracy Barlow. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that. You're right. It is a magnificent cast, and I was a great fan of Joe McFadden when I used to watch Heartbeat when I should have been working. So I can tell you that was a thrill to see him. I thought he did a really good job as Andy Dufresne, the guy who, in a sense, has been framed or at least wrongly accused of murdering his wife and lover, and needs to keep hope, needs to navigate his way through the toxic society that is prison life and come out the other end. I think he did a great job, both accent wise and in his acting. But I know you had a problem, and I saw what you meant, Robin, that we kept seeing characters in profile. It was very strange.
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting there watching it and I started redirecting some of the scenes in my head as well, because a lot of
Yes,
them, especially the scenes when there was a desk and two people inside the desk, they were in profile the whole time round.
yes,
And because of that, you actually lost the facial expressions and you lost
yes.
some of the dramatic effect of it.
Yes, you did, because these were the uber dramatic scenes, or should have been, between the governor, who was a very choleric, angry man,
Yeah.
and Andy Dufresne, who was trying to schmooze him in order to get out eventually, and ended up cooking his accountancy books for him because he was a financial whiz. But you did miss that confrontation confrontational sort of expressions that you wanted from both characters, and we did miss that here and there. But having said that, I was gripped. And I did very much like Bill Ward as the governor. There's a guy I've got to mention here who was in the ensemble. Um, his name is Ashley D. Gale, and he played the
Rooster.
character Rooster, and he was absolutely outstanding. Physically, what a great actor. He was edgy, he was dangerous, and yet he was oddly charismatic and likable at the same time. He was everything you imagine prison life to be, and fear.
Exactly, and you do fear it. I mean, when you see the
Yes,
really, but it gets quite graphic in some parts as well,
it
and you
does.
find yourself squirming in your seat. You find yourself very uncomfortable watching
Yes,
this scene going on. But he does it. Does it very well. Now, as well as the issues with the sight lines, I had the issues with the sound as well, because I would have had them all mic'd up. They weren't.
yes,
And especially the older guy, who actually played a very good part, the librarian guy,
he
but
did.
because he was
Yes,
so softly spoken, bits of it you could not understand what he was
no,
saying. You couldn't hear it.
no, no. And that is a sine qua non. I mean, if you can't hear what actors are saying, then they've lost you, haven't they, for
Yeah.
maybe some crucial minutes. And I thought that also marred Ben Onwukwe, his final speech as read, where he sums up the liberation
Yeah.
of Andy and what's actually happened, and he's going to meet up with him. And he talks about there shouldn't be caged birds because their feathers are too bright. And elsewhere, I think he has the line about hope being a good
Yeah.
thing and good things never die. But some of those wonderful words by Stephen King we actually lost. It's interesting to think that this was just a short story originally, and it's
Exactly.
expanded so beautifully.
And was the movie in your top 10 movies of all time?
Well, I've never seen it,
You've never
so I
seen the
don't know.
movie.
I've
Wow.
never seen the movie. I'm a Shawshank Redemption virgin, and I haven't seen the movie, but I'm going to see it now. I'm going to watch it, on YouTube or whatever, because I think it's a wonderful story and it does have hope, and it's about integrity as much as anything else, and it gives you faith that right can win through. And that's why people like genre like thrillers, because in the end, villains get their comeuppance and right does prevail. As sadly, it doesn't always in life, although there's some news today that shows that it might. And regarding Michelle Mone. So that's good. But this is a wonderful denouement and resolution. But you're right, it was marred by the loss of sound here and there.
Exactly. Well, I've watched the movie once and just once. I'm not one of these people who watch it all the time. Have never read the book. I'm actually going to go because a fairly short story as well. So I'm going to go and read the story now as well. And I think if I'm right in thinking, the story is actually called Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, right, is it? And of course, there's that wonderful kind of plot device of the poster of Rita Hayworth that covers up something. I won't say what. I'm learning. The queen of the spoilers, won't reveal.
But as always, the actors, and there's a lot of actors on stage, 12 in total, I think, as well.
Yes.
They got
12 good men, yes.
Yes, 12 good men, yes. And of course, they got the always happening, the Belfast standing ovation at the end.
Yes, they did. But I think deservedly in this case, pretty much. Although with the caveats that we had the problem about the sight lines and the sound. So technical issues did mar perhaps the overall effect.
Indeed. Well, the Shawshank Redemption runs at the Grand Opera House through until Saturday, the 4th of October. I know most of the tickets have gone. You might be lucky enough to catch one before Saturday, but it's time now for us to make up our final decisions on this production. And since we're in a prison, we're going to use the little prison bars. So, Jane, how many little prison bars are you going to give Shawshank then?
Oh, I think a sturdy 3.5.
Well, do you know what? I think I'm going to agree with you as well. 3.5 little prison bars for the Shawshank Redemption. If you've been to see it this week, let us know your thoughts over on our social media pages. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you back in the stalls sometime very soon.
Goodbye.